Wow. Welcome to a very special episode of Game Show FOrEnSiCS. So special, in fact, we have some very special guests. But first, what do you know about the number 251? Sure, it's an area code in Alabama. Yes, it's the country code for Ethiopia. It's a prime number, but most importantly, it is a number near and dear to the hearts of hardcore Price is Right fans. And so, while at several tapings over the course of the last year, with a handful of fellow lab technicians, we had attempted to spread the gospel of the 251 to anyone who would listen. Both before and during the game. Oftentimes, people would be called down within a row or two of where we were sitting, and so the mission was to befriend the remaining family member, friend in the audience, to communicate to the person who got called down that if they made it to the showcase, to end their bid in 251. Now, just from a pure probability standpoint, you have a 2 in 9 shot of that person making it to the showcase. So it was not always meant to be. However, the one time someone heeded the advice, magic happened. Joining us today are two of my fellow forensic agents involved in our covert special ops mission to infiltrate tapings and leak the classified code of 251 to allow for maximum showcase prize winnage. And our special guest, Avery Robinson, the young man who had received the code and fulfilled the mission, just as the Game Show FOrEnSiCS team had planned.
This is, I was guessing what sort of unprofessional thing I was going to see coming out of Mr. City. He's got like a weak connection and is eating and has it like at his chin.
Let the guy eat and
classic. Beautiful. That's what the people want. They've been begging to watch you specifically eat. Real professional. It's hilarious.
Grace wanted you to wear a tuxedo.
I did.
And
I requested.
Oh my God.
That's what I was like, we have to dress up for Avery. Like Avery deserves our best.
Good.
Yes. Yeah. That's what's up.
Look at this guy.
Amazing.
Hey, how y'all doing?
What's going on,
Avery,
man?
before we even start, what happened
Doing
to your
great.
arm? What's
Happened
going
to my
on?
arm. So when I was picking up my aunt, I tore my labrum. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. No.
I was like, that'd be a really long time for you to be having
that's
to wear.
That's our little inside joke now. That's what we tell everybody. Nah, all right. So I already had a torn AC joint and a torn labrum while I was on the show. Like I already knew that. I just was preparing for surgery, so I did not injure it any worse by picking her up. That was a joke.
Okay, so well, I'm glad that you're doing okay.
You did lift her up quite high in the air. I mean,
It was.
Yeah, true.
It was acrobatic. So, just to introduce who we have here, my name's Grace. I've been on The Price is Right and Let's Make a Deal in 2018 and 2019, and I got interviewed on a podcast about people who have been on game shows before, and that's where I met Robert, who's in the corner there. Robert is a game show winner as well. He's been on 3 different game shows. Lingo, he absolutely floored it, killed it, grand champion of all time. He was also on Friend or Foe and on Catch 21, which is amazing. And so I wanted to go meet these folks. They said, we're going to go out to The Price is Right in July. And anybody who wants to come out and go with us, come on out. So I went out there and met them and I met them the night before your taping. And that's where I met Steven. I didn't even know there you go.
yeah, right.
Along with another group, there's probably like 9 or 10 of folks that I met. And I had known them for about 12 hours before we all landed inside the waiting room of The Price is Right that day. And that's where we happened to be sitting next to you. I think Robert actually has like some images of us in the waiting room.
Do you remember this moment?
Yes, I remember all those moments. And I have a lot. I don't know if Grace looked at my Instagram, but I have so many like videos of like dancing and stuff. Just a bunch of funny.
We have
videos and stuff. I didn't.
Yeah.
There it is.
There's Steven right behind you.
Yeah, there's Steven next to you.
Steven.
Yep.
There's me, and there's just a whole row of folks. And so when we were sitting in the waiting room, that's me pointing to the group. And I think I was telling you at the time, listen, I believe that you are going to get selected. And when you do, you should look at these crazy people down the line from me, because they are, and I'd only known them for about 12 hours at this point, but it was already very apparent to me that they had encyclopedic knowledge of the game in ways that I could never even fathom. And I was fascinated. And we'd been in the hotel earlier that morning, and the guy in the blue there who's waving, he was doing these extremely complicated Rubik's Cube solutions at the breakfast table. And I was like, these people are geniuses, and this is going to be a fascinating thing to watch. And you seemed like you were like, there's no way I'm going to get picked. Did you feel like you had any shot in getting selected when you were in the waiting room?
I mean, part of me being from Georgia, and I feel like in my interview I purposely stated, my name's Avery Robinson. I'm from Columbus, Georgia, and I was like, I'm in the cybersecurity field, and I was like, and I came all the way up from Columbus to secure my way to the showcase. That's exactly what I told them, and my aunt and y'all did too, but my aunt kept telling me that the guy that was wearing like the floral clothing, that he kept like when he was dancing, she kept telling me that he kept like looking in that area. And also people that were in there told me that they just saw him writing down a lot of stuff, and while I was talking more than other people. So I don't know, but I didn't believe it. And that was my first taping I've ever been to of any game show, actually. So I'll be honest with you. When the show started, I don't know if I was zoned out or what, but I'll be honest. I didn't even know the show started. I'll be completely honest. I'm going to be completely honest.
No, I completely understand. So I had a very similar experience where when
it happened, I was like, all right, guess it's my time. I got to show out now.
Well, when we were in the waiting room, like you can kind of get the energy of folks, and what they're looking for are the casting folks and the producers. They want like authentic people who are there to have a good time and who people want to win. And I feel like that's like, that just was all over you as a person. Like you're just there to have fun, and you were enjoying yourself, and it's always fun to watch somebody win. And it was amazing. You got called first. You were the very first person to get called. And I saw when you ran down there, did you feel like you're having an out-of-body experience? Like,
I mean, I just felt like it wasn't real life. It just felt so weird, because like, I don't know, like I don't know how to explain it. Like it just didn't feel like real life. None of it did. Like, especially when I got towards the end of the show, I had to take a moment before anything started. Like before the showcase started, I took a moment, because I thought it was all fun and games. I was kind of laughing and being a little immature. And then at the end, I was like, hold up, I'm in the showcase. Like, I think it's time to like, it's not funny anymore. Like, I gotta win this now. Like I can't lose. So I sat there, and you'll notice like when you watch it, you'll notice how like I didn't really crack that many smiles at the end. I was kind of just like.
So when you heard your name, it looks like you took off down there, and then you had to bid on a few different things before you ended up getting called up. But when you played To the Penny, had you ever seen that game before?
No. So I was up there trying to strategize, and I've been watching it now, and I wish I would have known. Like I see a trend of where the second item tends to be the most expensive. This is just what I've seen. Y'all watch it more than me, but I've now noticed the second item tends to be the higher price thing. And I know that the whole point is to not use any pennies. So when you get to the 25,000, you put all the pennies in, and like. But going into it, like I was trying to strategize for like 30 seconds. Like I was like, oh, how do I want to play this? I'm thinking like, how do I want to use my pennies? I didn't really know exactly right off the bat how I wanted to strategically play, but it obviously didn't go that well. I mean,
you did very well. It's a very, very challenging game.
I never know their prices. Like I'm like, I never know if I'm getting like I don't know. Like it's just hard to explain. Like you're on The Price is Right. Sometimes the prices are just kind of like, if you don't watch it all the time, it's kind of hard to.
Even if you do, like, it's a totally. I mean, I remember. I think there's all the lights and the sounds, and a lot of people don't realize that there's cameras and people, producers that are standing between you and the crowd. So there's so much noise and stuff that it's not as obvious what's going on or what you should be doing, what anyone's even saying. And this game, I know where we were sitting, there was just a lot of stuff in between. It was much easier to see your aunt from the showcase area than it was at the To the Penny area. There was just a lot going on.
Oh yeah. I honestly didn't look in y'all's in that, like, I didn't look in the area that I got called down from until the showcase. That's when I was that's when I was looking the most. Also, I don't know if y'all know this, but I got, it's a fun fact. They pulled me to the back before I spun the wheel to blow dry my armpits because my armpits were so
interesting.
I love it.
Wow, that actual hair dryer?
Yeah, they used a hair dryer. They were blow drying my armpits.
And it worked? Did like dry your shirt and then there wasn't like a...
No, not really. Like if you keep watching at the end, I mean, you still see.
Oh, there it is.
Oh yeah,
I didn't notice that. That's so funny.
Wow.
I'm curious to know, did they make you hide the $sign necklace or did you just tuck that in?
Okay, so I don't know if y'all know this. The $sign necklace broke when I got called down.
Oh.
Did y'all see me? Okay, they don't really show it on the TV. They probably cut it out because I did something stupid. But when I was getting hyped with my aunt, it somehow flew off. And some lady, I was sitting on the, if you're looking at, y'all know where I was sitting. Like if you're looking at the stage, I was on the left. Some lady in the middle had my $sign necklace. Like, she had the $sign. And while I was getting hyped, hitting people's hands, my peripheral vision, I saw a lady reaching out like this, and I kept going like, "Why is this girl?" And I went and grabbed it, and I was like, "Oh!" It was my $sign. So then, when I got up to the contestant row, they told I was kind of holding it. They said, "They're looking at me like, put it down." I was like, "Oh crap!" I'll put it in my pocket.
One of the crew members said to you, "Put it down."
Yes.
Really?
I mean, she was kind of like, hide it. Like, stop, because I was being stupid. I was gonna hold it up and be like, but like, I'm so dumb. But she was like, just, I was like, all right. So I put it in my pocket. Matter of fact, I don't know if I still. Let's see if I have the broken. Oh yeah, I kept it. Look at this. Wait.
Let's see.
So I got 2 necklaces. So like, all right, this is the one that I did not wear to the thing. This one is. The necklace is on, or the necklace did not break, and I can still wear it. And then, because I bought it and it came in a package with 2. And then here you go, right here, you'll notice that you just have this.
Is that real
and that's
yeah.
You got this right here.
Oh man.
Yeah, it broke. I don't think a lot of people saw that, but that's why they cut me off quick. Probably because I was sitting there and being dumb and grabbing my necklace because this lady just kept going. Look, hey, sir, and I'm like I'm getting called out, but I had to go and I got the necklace, I guess, and I put it in my pocket. But
I feel like that's a general direction technique of the show, where they call you and they have a couple of seconds before they just cut to the next person. They don't wait until you're all the way down like they used to.
Yeah. Well, when you spun the wheel, did you have an idea of who you wanted to shout out?
So I forgot to say my brother. So yes, I was told, since my grandfather had a stroke, I was told to not forget. Me and my aunt were talking, like, the only thing I was thinking about was shouting out my grandfather because he wanted to be there and he wasn't there. So I spent the most time at the end, like, just trying to get those last words in, because I want to make sure he heard it whenever he watched it, because he had a pretty miserable time in Cali. So
how's he doing?
He's doing all right.
Did you watch yesterday?
Oh, we had a whole. Oh my gosh,
we had
a whole watch party here.
Yeah.
And my family, we made my aunt made, the aunt that was with me, she made a punch-a-bunch thing. She had wood and she had these like cups and stuff, and I can't remember how she exactly made it. We played punch-a-bunch with fake money inside. We played the grocery game. We played hole-in-one. My little brother came out as Drew Carey.
Yeah, there he is right there. He did so well.
There you go. Look.
Wow.
How old is he?
I saw. Yeah.
Oh, my brother, he's 14.
Oh wow! All right.
He's really talented.
Is he a fan of the Price is Right?
What did you say? Wait, what did you say? Sorry.
Is he a fan of The Price is Right? It seems like he
I mean,
knows
now. Oh yeah, now. Well, yeah. Ever since I did that, yeah, he wanted to dress up as Drew Carey. He did that, and like I said, my cousin at 16, she acted like a model, so she was wearing like a model one of those like model outfits. So,
But I love that. What a supportive family.
So here's the airing.
Yeah.
Now, so you're watching this as it's airing. Your mom had no idea that you won, right?
No, she knew I won.
Well,
oh yeah, it's okay.
I mean, like, I hate to say it, like a lot, like Aunt Julie, her family kind of knew, and my like some of my family, but I didn't go out and tell my friends, just close family.
But yeah, that's totally understandable.
The folks who were there with you in California, I presume, yeah?
Yeah, they were. So after, so how it went was, after the show, I saw my aunt for the first time about 45 minutes later because I was in the back talking to, all the people and stuff. Yep. I go out there, and first of all, they tell you, you're under NDA, and I understand that. But, the next people that were in line for the next taping all knew my name, all knew I won a double showcase. And I looked at the guy, and I was like, can I, like, say something? Like, I was like, I'm like, you just told me not to say anything, but 250 people out here, Avery. I'm like, how do they know what's going on?
Yeah.
So that happened. But after we went, whenever I won, we basically went to the hospital, and everybody was at the hospital, and I kind of announced. I'm not gonna lie, I announced it then, but I walked in there, and they were like, "How was it?" And I was just like, I literally was just like, "It went all right." I was like, "It didn't go that great." I was like, "I won like 6,000." I was like, "It was fun though." I was like, but. I was like, I didn't get to really do much. I was like, besides, I played a game. I was like, I got called down. It was really cool, but I didn't win 6,000. I was like, I was happy. I was like, but I didn't make it further than that. And then my aunt, and then we kind of went into the whole spill, and they were, and like, I was like, we got to the showcase part, and they're like, and I was like, I didn't just win the showcase though. Like, I was like, I won 6,000. They're hyped for 6,000.
Sure.
And then I was like, wow, I spun the wheel, and.
Well, yeah. So you got into the showcase, and at this point, you're up against Kevin. You're the top winner, so you're going to get to decide whether you bid or pass. As soon as you started seeing the trips, did you think like, I think I'm going to pass this?
So before I got up there, I was talking to my aunt, and she watches the show a lot as well. Like, kind of, not as much as y'all do, but she watches it a lot, and it's one of her favorite shows. She's always told me this is what she says, and it worked out. She says if you have 3 trips, pass it up. She said there's gonna be a car in the next one. So when I saw the trips, I was like, the whole time I'm not even paying attention. I'm kind of just up there, just like looking at her, and just like, oh, God, I got you. So
I remember our group. It's much harder to try to price trips because there's so many factors about flights and hotels and the length of time and what there's just a lot of factors. It's a lot harder.
Their flight costs are a little. I don't like they told me they do the most expensive day of the year, and like, come on, the flight cost to Maine like it's like 6,000. Like, no, from where I live, if I want to go to Maine tomorrow. Yeah. If I don't go to Maine in 3 weeks, it'll cost like 1,200 round trip there and back. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I'm so glad I passed up on the trips. I would have,
I would have never been able to price those well. So just from the perspective of wanting to perfect the bid, I think our group was like pass because they wanted you to win. But I also understand, when I went on The Price is Right, I won a trip to France, and I remember being disappointed because I was like, I was like, I hope I win cash or a car. And I was like, a trip. Man. But I went on the trip, and it was absolutely incredible because it was like a $20,000 trip to France, which I never would have done ever in a million years. I would have never spent that much money on a trip. But the people who put those things together put together like really luxurious, wild adventures. And so it's pretty exciting.
I got a question. Did the double showcase alarm, does it go off when you're actually there?
Yes.
Because I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you really kind of can't hear anything in that studio.
Yeah.
No kidding.
But back
I don't think I even heard the retail price. I didn't even know I won the double showcase. I don't know if you watched it. You see me talking to the girl because I knew I was super close.
Mm-hmm.
But
she informed you that you won the double showcase. Is that how you learned it? Yeah,
And
then
and my aunt
change.
knew it. My aunt knew it off the rip. She
Right,
just came over there
right.
and she was yelling, "You want to know?" And I was I'm just like,
Well, you kind of bolted the moment the you realized you won, right? You ran to the set,
Mhm.
and
Gus got to shake his hand.
yeah, that just happened a lot. But we know that deep down in your heart you mean well, and you would have shook his hand if you'd remembered.
Oh yeah,
But
We
everybody's
got it
so
later. He
delirious.
came by, I'm sure.
But Drew does spend a good couple of seconds kind of gesturing at the podium and mentioning you won the double, but you're already way over there and you can't hear him saying that. But back in the day, the clanging bells would go off sometimes for like 30 seconds. It was just like bells the entire time. They kind of pump the brakes a little bit on that now, but certainly as a viewer, you definitely see it.
Well, actually, so backing up from the spoiler of you winning both showcases, you had to bid on this, and I was wondering what you recall about when you were sitting in the stands waiting to do the showcase, because that's when Steven, who was sitting next to me, told me I've got to go down there and talk to him and tell him what the last three numbers should be, which I thought sounded insane. Like I was like, what? How do you know what the last three numbers will be? Like, what a weird thing to say. But yeah, what do you remember about that?
I mean, when I was down there, I really was just remembering like when we were in that line to go in before the show. I remember talking about. Uh, I remember talking to y'all online, and I remember 5-1 was a big thing. I do remember somebody saying that, and when I was down there, I, I don't know. It was.
It's a blur.
I'm not gonna lie. When I put that bid in, when I said 33, I had no clue
what you were saying.
I was
Just
scared.
it out.
Yeah, I was just like 33, and I was just like,
So
I almost said 651, 751. I don't
Ooh,
know
wow.
why.
that was a close call.
I know,
No
I know,
kidding.
and I was like, but someone was like, "Don't go over." So then I was like,
Mhm.
251, and I was
That's
like,
so
"I'm gonna
funny.
stick with the 5-1. I'm gonna throw a 2 there." And y'all might have said whoever talked to me might have said 251 too, but I was just like, I don't even remember anything. I was just like
What a
5-1.
miracle.
I'm doing something 5-1, and I was
What a
like,
miracle. I
You're lucky.
love that. So just to tell
Repetition paid off.
exactly. So what happened there was that like the group had said in the past 15 years, there's never been a showcase where they have ended the price in something $250 or less. And who in the world would ever figure that out except people who are obsessive and who've watched the show a billion times? But what an incredible like piece of trivia to know.
Let me just jump
Right.
in.
Go ahead.
The reason they do that is because most of the time people bid within a multiple of 1,000, and they'll just say 32,000. I say 90% of the bids are just triple zeros, and they wanted to avoid people nailing a double just that easily by they want people to kind of either work for it or not give them away so much. So for the last at least a decade. They purposely make the showcases never end in any number to where if you bid 32,000, say you wouldn't win the double because it'd be more than $250 over the multiple of 1,000. So by saying 251, you won't go over at least in that 1,000 range, but you increase your chances of winning a double because now you've scooted up to where within $250 of where the price might be, if that makes sense. So basically, they're just trying to avoid people from getting lucky and just, because back in the day, sometimes there would be a showcase that would be like, $12,007, and then you double just by saying 12,000. And they purposely avoided that since then. And by saying 251, you're not at risk of going over, but you are now.
There you go. That was my mindset wasn't double at all. Like I was not thinking like what you're saying. It makes sense what you're saying. However, 251, I was like, I don't want to go over, but I wasn't trying to win double showcase. I mean, I
love this. Like, I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I was just like, I don't want to go over. So I was like 751, 2. And I was like, no, I was like 251.
So lucky.
This is so watching you and remembering my own experience. Like I thought he's probably blacked out and dissociated at this point because it's so crazy right now. And like, he's probably doesn't even know his own name. And so you were waiting after the wheel to do the showcase, and Steven and the group, I think, had said to you a few times before, like, this 251 trick. And Steven said to me, like, I'm going to run down and just tell him one more time, which I didn't even know that. I thought somebody's going to get mad at him or tell him, like, get away from our contestant or whatever. But Steven was
They've
able
never
to run
once
up.
told me that. I've run down and talked to contestants before, and they don't seem to care.
That's amazing. Right. I was like,
y'all. The other thing is that, when they pulled y'all off to go talk about the Showcase Showdown and stuff, I'm definitely not going to go butt in at that time. But when you're sitting there in the chair, like between games or whatever, and Drew's not up talking and making jokes, I think that's a good time to go socialize.
Everything worked out perfect too. Like, when I come off the stage, I'm right next to the group. I'm right next to my aunt. I can talk to everybody still. So everything was great. Because if it was on the other side, it would have been struggle. Yeah. I was telling my aunt, she was telling me that when I was on bid, because in the second round, I'm not dumb, but I'm gonna say I don't watch the show a lot, so I was scared. I wasn't scared, but I knew I was on camera and on live television. We're gonna be on not live, but it was it was being live. Yeah. And I didn't want to say, hey, can you? Because I wanted to go $1 over who that woman. However, she bid like $12.63 or something, and I for some reason, because she said something weird, it just not even say it's not weird. But because she wasn't like, some people are like 800, it's easy to remember. 1263, I kind of blanked right here, and I said 1500. And when I sat down, I was like, if I don't like play a game today because of that, I'm gonna be so mad. Because if only people knew that I just didn't ask for a repeat. So the next round, I was like, I paid attention, and I was like, 1251.
That's amazing. You can even hear that, because none of us in the audience can hear that stuff. It's hard.
Yeah,
go ahead.
No, I'm saying, like, I thought my chances for a second. Like, I thought I saw it. I knew there was plenty of time to still win, but whenever I lost right there, I was like, man, if I ruined it right here, it was my fault, But the next round, I got the same chance, and I was like, I'm ready for it. I made my mistake.
The fuck you worked.
And I felt bad. Lori and Jeff, man, I thought one of them were gonna get up there.
Now this was an interesting setup, because it really confused a lot of us in the back, especially the boba tea. We thought that was cheap, but some of us thought that was cheap. I was a little bit like, this has to be more expensive, because I live in a Korean part of town, and I know that the boba tea drinks have gone up to be like $5.50 or $6 lately. So I'm like, oh my god. This it's not going to be a cheap can.
Prices right now are so different, and the prices in California are different. So like it's not something that's super obvious. Like, you should definitely not feel bad at all about how you did on To the Penny. Like, and $6,000. I remember when you won.
A good showing.
Yes, when you won the cash, I thought, oh, thank God, because that's going to help you with the tax burden after the
right. Oh no, yeah, exactly. That extra 6 is going to help. Like, with some of that tax to offset, right? Because
do you plan on accepting all of the? Was there anything that you thought, like, I don't want to keep that?
Y'all are about to be like, what an idiot! All right, so due to work and vacation days, I got rid of one trip, and that's all I did.
Okay.
Which trip do y'all think I got rid of it?
Maine. It has to be Maine.
Ooh.
No, it wasn't.
Switzerland. Don't tell me
the most expensive one.
Switzerland?
You have to go to
Switzerland.
Switzerland.
That's okay. Understood.
Look, it was Switzerland.
Oh, bro. Take it back.
That was a long trip, too, though.
Yeah, the 9 days was the setup. That's what got me. I'm not going to lie. The 9 days.
You don't think work would understand, though? You want a trip on the Price is Right? Of all things,
I mean, true. No, you're probably right. Yeah, they probably would have.
No.
I wonder. Well, maybe there's a way to shorten those trips too. You could have possibly just cut the stay or something.
That's all
right. I got a question. Do y'all think behind the scenes, like whenever they have like stuff like Blu-ray? Because this is what I have thought. When they add stuff in there like a Blu-ray player and 3 movies, to me that's kind of odd. Like, to me, I feel like, do you think they kind of sometimes manipulate? This is kind of crazy. Do you think they help somebody get a double showcase sometimes by that kind of extra stuff? I don't know.
Well, to answer your question though, if you ever seen a documentary called Perfect Bid? It's not. Okay, it's about a guy that went on the Price is Right. He was obsessed with the Price is Right.
He got everything right, and he got banned or something.
Well, he help a guy up on stage, and it's a whole thing. But ever since then, they wanted to avoid people memorizing prices, because that's really how you can cheat at the game. Not cheat, but that's how you can kind of game that game. And so to do this, because even in our group, a lot of people have lists of prices. I went out in December with the same group, and we all had memorizing prices of cars on the plane on the way out there, trying to lock that in. But the thing is that the show is aware of this, and they don't want people just guessing exact prices of cars. So what they do is they'll sometimes add the wheel hubcap safety locks. You'll hear George mention like one weird thing that like a leather glove compartment. There's just some stupid like extra.
I heard them say. I heard them say a first aid kit was
first aid kit, right? So it would add like $47 to the price. So that way,
that's a legal requirement in some countries,
I guess.
But maybe not for the showcase, but for certain games where you need to know the last two, like Lucky 7, or certain games where they don't want you to just be a savant and know the exact number, because then it'll be obvious.
So basically what you're saying is, if some people do memorize it, you can memorize it to an extent, but you got to figure out that extra feature.
You can memorize the base price of the model of the car, but I don't know if you can really memorize like the myriad of random things that can tack on, because sometimes they really are. We make fun of them. We all watch these together, so sometimes we joke about how like the wheel lock thing. That was like the first time any of us have heard that one particular thing, and we don't know how much it adds to the price of the car. It could be $91. It could be knowing the price is right, it could be $600 for a special platinum lock. Who knows? So, but that's the thing, is that George will throw that out there, and you just, there's no way to price that stuff, because you don't get to ask George, well, who's the manufacturer of the hubcap locks? So, because
I assume it's the dealers, they're the manufacturer's standard one,
right? And I feel like, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe did any of y'all know like? Did any of y'all know like the actual? What do you think the price is on the? Well, I mean, I kind of have a sheet and it tells me, but since y'all didn't have the sheet,
right?
How much do y'all think? Did y'all know like Blu-ray and stuff? How much that stuff was, or do you feel like that was a filler? With the furniture and the TV, they gave me like a Blu-ray player and 3D Blu-ray movies. Do you think that's kind of like just an extra little thing that kind of throws off people?
Sure.
I would imagine so.
Especially if they don't mention the manufacturer, then it's not like a sponsored thing, and they just throw it in there just to mess with the price a little bit. Because again, they don't want people going on there knowing exactly how much everything is, because then it shows that the game is gameable again. They have to randomize it a little bit. Huh?
Yeah, but
TV can be incredibly tricky too. Some are $900 in Contestants Row, some are $3,000 back on Side by Side or whatever. It can be insane.
Again, I had just met these folks like 12 hours or so earlier, but I can tell you, like, going and seeing them, they definitely knew really close to what everything was. And so I remember looking at you and thinking, like, whatever they're saying, if I could just get you to, especially for the double or for the showcase, like they were all saying 33,000 and they were giving numbers, but I thought there's no way that you're going to know what they're saying. So I was just hearing this. I was hoping if you would just say like 3333333, like if you just said 5 times, you still would have won a double showcase.
Yeah, really.
When
by $60.
When you said 33251, I literally like turned around and like fell down. I was like, I can't believe, and I had no idea if it was going to work or not, because I just met these people, but I was like,
he heard us
so far. Yeah, I was like, so far they've been right about everything. And then when they were redoing the set, my group was like absolutely already knowing that you won. Like they were telling their aunt, like, he won. And I was like, what? Like, how do you know? And they were like, no, he definitely won. And I was like, how do you know that? How can you know that? But then they
it makes total sense though when you think about it.
No, it was such a wild thing to watch for someone who is like not just a regular viewer or whatever. I couldn't believe that y'all knew that you could be even close.
I thought I lost, like I said, because there's 2 things that happened. Like I said, when I said my bid, I looked at my aunt, and then like I don't know, they took a couple minutes before they announced the actual winner or whatever, but I caught, like I said, I caught this poster, this little white board that he was showing Drew, and my name was black. He had my Avery Robinson, and there was a black line through it. And I saw it, and I don't think I was supposed to see. I mean, they probably don't care, but it was nonchalant. I barely saw it, but I'm 100% sure my name was crossed out.
Mhm.
And then I look at y'all, everybody's like, and I'm just like, I'm so confused. I'm just
I
like,
know.
That's interesting. Maybe that's their signal for Drew has to read the non-blacked out one first, because certainly they do want to have a
Maybe.
certain order of those reveals for suspense reasons.
I promise y'all, my name was blocked. My name was X'd out, and I was like, it's good. I lost.
Was this on a card, or where was this that you saw?
It was
Like a
kind
poster
of,
board.
from what I remember,
Oh,
it was kind of
okay.
near Kevin. Somebody else was over there. And he just kind of was like, I don't even, Kevin didn't see it. I did though, from where I was at. He kind of just like, and I was like, I saw it. Like I was like looking in that direction. I was like, I was like, I lost. And now I look at y'all, and everybody's like this. You know, I can't hear y'all's conversation. I know y'all. She told me that y'all are saying something about they didn't put the clothing up. They did this. They're acting kind of weird up
Yeah,
there.
they kept
There's
it on the
something.
stage. That's right.
There's something
Yeah, they
going
brought
on.
all the prizes out. They left them all out, basically.
Yeah,
They're like, yeah. She's saying like some of y'all weren't exact 100% sure that it's double, but something was weird was going on. Like
Yeah,
like
so
he
what
definitely
happens
81, but something's a little. You know,
whenever there is a winner, because we went that week. We went to some of us went to three or four,
yeah.
Yeah, and so what they do is they leave out the stuff that's not behind the doors if it won, because that's the way you can run up to it and all that.
Oh.
And I guess the contestants aren't really aware of that, it seems, because a lot of tapings we'll see contestants still just kind of not. It's not obvious to them who won, but we're all seeing that they left out like a TV stand or something outside the doors because now I guess what we noticed is for a double they left the elements from both showcases out on the stage, which means that obviously they put away all the stuff that wasn't won because they don't want you running up to something that's not won. So they left everything out there. It's like, oh well, that's a double, and he bid 251.
That was obviously Avery because he didn't, because the other guy didn't win the car, so the car wouldn't be wide open. So.
Well, unless he won a double. If you won a double, he would have
exactly.
gotten right.
Yeah.
Now,
yeah, that could have been either one of us. But whenever he said,
somebody just won the double.
But whenever he was $10,000 off, it was like, oh, Avery destroyed him. I mean, I hate to say that, but you're like, oh, Avery got it. Like it's over.
No, to your credit though, because we went to 3 or 4 tapings that week, and then a bunch of us went to the 10,000th episode tapings in February. But to your credit, sir, of all the tapings I just mentioned, so I've been to maybe like 9 in this last year. We were doing this 251 shit to everybody. Sorry, like everybody around, because every time someone gets called down, their relatives are like in our row, and we would be like, okay, if you can communicate to them at all, tell them to bid 251 at the end. Just trying to tell everybody the trick. And I think out of all those times, only one person kind of heard us, and they ended up saying something 200. So it's like they kind of half remember. But you were the first person out of all those experiences where you nailed a 251 and you won a double.
Yep. It was what a miracle. It just felt like such a miracle. Yeah, what made you think that you should because again, I don't know if I understand why people don't do what these folks say, because how do you trust total strangers who are just coming up to you and saying weird stuff? Like if somebody just ran up to me and was like, say 251, whatever you do, say 2, I don't think I would do it. I'd be like, what are you talking about? But something made you trust that maybe I should listen to this.
I mean, I was kind of just listening to y'all eavesdropping a little bit in the waiting room, just kind of just listening, in the line with y'all when they would stop. I don't know if y'all noticed. I'm sure y'all did. Whenever they were like walking by and somebody would they'd stop and look. I think they're making sure your name's like perfect and certain. I don't know what they're looking at. I'm trying to make sure your number that we got the right person. But while that's all going on, I'm just kind of listening to everybody talking and just I kind of got a sense that I was like, all right, well, it just stuck with me. I was like, you know what? Why not? I'm gonna just run with it. I'm gonna just run with it.
I love that for you. Obviously, it worked out. The whole thing for me, it was such a miraculous experience to me to have gone in there and to see these people, brilliant people, even have this talent to begin with and have this obsessiveness is so cool. And that would have been cool enough to watch, but then to have had a contestant in the pool, hear them saying it and then follow through, and then to have won. we have been so thrilled for you. And like, I've been for months now, like the group has been talking about, I can't wait for the Avery episode. I can't wait for the Avery episode. It's going to be so fun to see it again. And I was hopeful, one of the strangest things about going on The Price is Right is that you have this almost like psychedelic, wild experience with people. And then you all of a sudden you're back out on the street. Everything is totally normal. You never see anybody again. You have no, like, you're not supposed to tell anyone what happened. It's such a surreal, bizarre thing. And I was thinking, I really hope that either Avery or somebody from Avery's life, like, posts or comments about the show so that we can find him and like congratulate you and tell you how thrilled we are for you to have like won all $8,000+ in prizes. Have you got the car?
Wait, so I don't know if I'm sure y'all know this, but the car, since I'm out of state, they gave me the cash in lieu.
Awesome.
Oh, yeah.
Fantastic.
I was so happy with that. I was so happy.
That's great.
Yeah,
that was
that's awesome.
Because your shirt actually asks for your car, right?
Yeah. Do you see? Yeah. Do you see? Yeah. Do you see me at the end? I go like this. I was telling Drew, I did it. I literally was sitting there like messing with him. I was like,
you're like, I manifested this. I
said basically,
that.
You'll see me do that.
I said it. That's great.
Yeah, at the end I do that, and I'm just like, I wasn't saying it like in a cockpit. I was just messing around. He was standing there. I was just like, told you, Drew. I'm just glad I got off, the contestants row because, like I said, that second round, I knew I messed up. When I said my number out loud, I was already mad at myself. I was like, I forgot. Somebody bid like 22,000 and 2,400. I was like, I don't want that. I was like, I want the other one. I was like, I don't know what the other one was. I was like, yeah, it's over. Yeah, I'm done. So I said 1,500, and I'm like, I'm an idiot. Everybody's gonna think I'm dumb. And then, and then, like I said, I don't watch The Price. Like now I do, obviously, but I've watched it before, but like I didn't want to say, hey, can we repeat the bids? Didn't want to do it, and I was like, I was just like, if I don't get up there because of this, it's my fault for not asking.
I am surprised they don't have like a monitor just to show the contestants what the bids are, because really you can't hear anything. And I could see how you'd be nervous to want to re-ask. Back in the Bob Barker days, he'd kind of get pissy if people ever asked him to read the bids like more than once. He would just kind of get annoyed. So it was intimidating because like, how come I'm the only one that didn't hear? But really, if you watch the show now, you'll see like, a lot of people make what looks like boneheaded. Viewers are like, what's wrong with that guy? But really, they might not have just heard anything. And
absolutely. That's what happened to me. And
I very much hope that people meme your face because there's a point at which you obviously ask the model, or the model tells you like, you didn't just win this showcase, you won both showcases. Yeah,
it's coming up.
There it is. She said you won everything. You won everything. You said what? Right there.
Just got me.
You gotta meme that for sure.
Favorite expression.
That was the moment. I just won the whole thing, and it was like, yeah, you did. And then you're like, yeah.
Go that right there. Oh man. And then me and I don't know if y'all saw this, but we were trying to figure out how we could do something with the clothing, but I was like, I think I can't take off my clothes here. Like after that, we walked into the clothing and we were like trying to model, and I was like, I don't really.
Oh, that would have been fun. Yeah, I just put it over your shirt, I guess.
Yeah,
but taking it off the little racks, I guess, would have been hard.
Yeah, exactly. I thought about it. Yeah. I was like, right.
That's where you're saying like this is what I prayed for.
Yeah, I'm telling Drew. Look at it. Yeah, I'm telling Drew. I'm like, yeah. I told you, Drew.
Outstanding. Did you actually did you just have that shirt because it was like a funny thing to say, or did you actually want to have money for a car or something towards a vehicle?
I'll be honest. I was gonna. There's another shirt that I was gonna buy. I bought this shirt like 3 weeks before the show. I was trying to find just a game show shirt. There was other shirt that was a button up. That was Price is Right, same color. I like this color, and I was gonna buy it, but the shipping was gonna take too long. So I found this shirt, and it was the color I wanted, and I was like, I don't know. I literally got it, and I mean, of course, it would be nice to go home with a new ride, but I never did I really expect it. Like little did I expect even to get called down. So like I mean, I didn't expect to get called down. So nevertheless, I didn't think I was gonna win a car. Like,
Avery, tell us about Aunt Julie.
Yeah.
Oh, Aunt Julie. Whenever I saw, Aunt Julie, she was crazy. Like if only y'all saw even after, you know, she was yelling in my face the whole time.
She had been waiting around for you in the parking lot for quite a while, being like, "Where is this kid?"
Whenever we went out and the whole other taping was coming in, I kid you not, this is what she sounded like. I'll do it real quick. You want another doggy? Like that to everybody out there. She was doing that. Hey, want another doggy? I'm like, God, no, like the whole time. And yeah, and Julie was hyped, like she was,
Oh,
because
yeah.
she's a super fan. She's the reason we were there. Like I'd say she watches this like as far as like numbers and memorization, not so much, but just as far as like just loving the show
Just
and
loving
watching
the
it,
show. Absolutely.
casually watching it. She loves it. That's her favorite. You know, she's the reason we went. Like she got the
Has
tickets.
she been before? Has she been to the taping before?
Yes, she has.
Oh,
she
all
has. Never been called down yet. She wants to get called down, and she's gonna go. We're hoping that. I don't think like if I'm not there, and like you think they won't remember her. Like you know what I mean? Like should.
She's
totally.
She's totally eligible.
Okay, nice. And what about my family? What about my family? Like, do they see like when they see my address? If I live with them,
I think they would.
Like,
I think that would.
They're not going to care about that.
No, I think they would enjoy that. Like if Julie is in the interview room and she says, you know, and if you're with her, especially, it's like, my nephew won a double showcase. I mean, you know, they would see the energy and the Georgia charm, and I think she might get on.
True. I can still bring back the energy.
That's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And help sell her. I feel like in the interview room, I sold myself pretty well too. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like I sold myself well, acted a little hype, not too much. Like I wasn't acting like I don't want to. Well, I wasn't acting as hype as Lori. Not quite. Wasn't as quite hype, you know. But Julie said I was more real with it, and I was hyped, but I wasn't too overly doing too much, you know.
Yeah.
And
we were in the room with you.
Oh yeah, I'm having. Yeah, you're right. And but I think the part that might have got us was the part about the grandparent or grandfather. I think Julie. I'm not really kind of like I'm not really emotional or anything, but I did sense that in that room, my Aunt Julie kind of had a little emotion. Like it kind of rubbed off on me. I kind of felt it for a second. Kind of got chills for a second. I'm not gonna lie. She's like, "Dude, I want to do it for my dad. I want to do it." And like I know I'm with her a lot, and the way she was saying it, that wasn't her normal like tone. Like something was a little, you know, I could feel it. So I feel like that kind of with my interview and stuff, that emotion kind of sold.
Where are you coming from?
I'm from Georgia.
Oh, Georgia!
Columbus.
Columbus, oh wow, okay, I love Georgia so much. And what do you do for work?
Cybersecurity, so I'm trying to secure my way to the showcase today.
What was your trip to Avery?
Me and my aunt came. We actually had my grandfather who's going to come. We had a stroke in the hospital. But we're here.
Okay, so I'll play for him then today.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, but he wanted us to be here, so we got to do this for him.
Avery, you don't like have the perspective because you're just used to being who you are and who your family is. But in the Price is Right like pantheon of contestants, there are a lot of people who are just from California who are actors or who are, I don't know, bored, whatever. And so those folks show up with kind of an agenda and it doesn't feel authentic at all. They're going because they want to be famous or who knows what. Like there's just, and also as people who are just watching the show, you want to root for someone from your home state. That would be really exciting to have somebody who kind of looks like you or kind of sounds like you. And if every single person is from San Diego or Los Angeles, it's not as fun to watch for people across the country. So when we were in the holding area and I saw you, I thought this is exactly who they want to have on the show. Like you're a regular, authentic, good, fun human being who also happens to not be from down the street. Like you are from Georgia and it shows. Like you sound like you're from Georgia and you represent.
Right. Everybody told me that. You sound like you.
You represent a huge part of the country that don't all make it out to California to try out for this thing. And so it it's like they're watching the show and they want to be represented. And I think you did a fantastic job. Have you had any feedback from Columbus itself?
Oh, I'm on the we call it the Colga. I'm from Columbus, so it's COLGA on Instagram. They posted me and were like, our very own Avery Robinson won. And then I also have a local news channel that's interviewing me next week.
Oh, cool.
Wonderful.
Next week.
Next week.
Didn't reach out yet.
They already reached out and they want to
right.
interview me next week, and I'm just like,
Okay.
I guess so. Let's do it.
Exactly. I mean, you're here with us nerding out, so it's kind of like good practice.
Right. Yeah, right.
Well, I'll tell you this: there are people that watch clips over and over again of The Price Right,
Mhm.
and
All of us are guilty of that.
yeah, I mean, your moment is definitely frameable in that it's memorable and it's funny, and it is one of those great double showcase wins. Well, first of all, you did the 251, which you'll be a hero to a lot of people just in that world alone.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's go. But the fact
Shout
that
out.
it's kind of visibly obvious that you weren't quite aware that you won the double until the moment. That little sequence there. I mean, I think that you will go down as one of the Price is Right legends. And $81,000.
Yeah.
By the way.
Hey, they need to have like me and my aunt were joking. They're like they should have like a no, this is kind of crazy. Like an all-star, like they have the 10,000th edition. They should invite like some double showcase winners to come.
Yes,
and, like,
that would be so cool. That's
I
a
know
great
they
idea.
Go up against the big winners,
but
like a tournament of champions almost.
Yeah,
exactly.
like
Now they had a super fans episode where it was just people that were completely obsessed with the show, and one of our friends actually got on there and won.
Nice.
But there definitely are like a collection of clips that kind of rise to the top. Yours is up there, and by the way, $81,000.
I look scared to death right there.
You look
a little bit.
scared a lot, but honestly,
look,
it's scary.
I was confused because
Absolutely.
y'all's thumbs were up, and I just saw my name X'd out, so I was kind of like,
Of course. No.
Is that what you're looking at? Is that where your eyes are?
maybe that might have been it. Yes, that might have been it. And I was like, whenever I saw that, I was like, it's over. Like I was like, and I wasn't gonna be mad. I was just gonna shake his hand, and I should have shook his hand. I shook his hand after we put our bids in. I guess the TV probably didn't see it. I don't remember, but I did shake his hand. But after, I just heard ding ding ding, and I was like, I gotta go.
Of course.
Gotta go. It's
totally
time to go, man. I'm sorry.
Mhm.
But
No.
Eventually, he walked his way down over to you and shook your hand later.
well, the thing was too, I don't watch it all the time, and I honestly was like, I gotta have a decent reaction. Like I was like, I don't know what they're gonna show, but I was so focused on like now. First of all, I didn't think I won. Well, I mean, whenever I heard the price and I heard my thing ring, I knew I won. I knew I won a showcase, but like, I just wanted. I was focused on my reaction. I was like, I gotta at least fake it till I make it. I gotta have some kind of funny reaction. But like the reaction with me reacting to the double showcase, that was real because I really did. I didn't like.
That's the best.
I couldn't really hear the price, but I knew I was close. But I still didn't know, and I wasn't. I really didn't even look to my left when I ran to the car. I didn't look at any curtain besides the car curtain. I only saw the car.
Were you even aware that double showcases were a thing on The Price is Right? Or did you know that was even?
Yes, but I don't know if in the moment, if I remember the amount that you had to be to, and also I didn't hear. Like I said, I knew it was a thing, but didn't know the exact amount. I don't think at the time, and I didn't hear the price, so I just was like, I won, and I knew the recliner, the clothes, and the car. I mean. I was happy with that. Like I would have been perfectly fine with that. Like I mean, just winning, that was cool. But apparently,
so you did accept a couple of the trips, is that right? And do you know what your plans are? Are you going to take Julie or?
Yeah, I'm taking Julie to Iceland.
Oh, that's great! Wonderful.
And I'm taking my dad. Yeah, me and my dad are gonna go to Maine. We're gonna go to probably a hockey game. We're gonna go to a Boston Bruins game because it's an hour from there. And go to a Boston Celtics game, and we're gonna go maybe ice fishing. I don't know. I've never done it before. We're gonna go fishing and eat seafood. I don't even know.
Well, they're famous for lobster rolls.
Oh yeah.
So
that's definitely what my dad's all into seafood. I'm into seafood too, but he's more adventurous eater than me, so I'll definitely be trying a lot.
They're also known for like historic lighthouses. So I don't know if you're into that at all, but those are always kind of cool to check out.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, that's super cool. Yeah.
So, yeah, when I won the trip to France, I didn't have a passport. I never thought that I would leave the U.S., and so it prompted me to get a passport and to try it. I was scared of flying.
Right.
I was scared of flying. I was like, how am I going to do this? But I just kind of got over all of it, and I'm so glad that I did. Because
Yeah, I don't have my passport yet, so I gotta get it.
go get it.
ASAP.
Go get it.
It'll take a couple months. Yeah, I don't plan on going till like I don't know mid next year,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really didn't. And I get it. That was another thing. If it was like a year and a half, 2 years, I think I would have kept all three. I didn't. I don't know if I really. I mean, my work probably would have figured something out, but 3 in 1 year, I don't know. I wish they would give you a little bit more time.
Yeah.
That many trips, maybe. I don't know.
You're right. I mean, it's because in America we only get 2 weeks a year on average, and some of these trips are, eats up a lot of time.
Long. They're a week long anyway.
Yeah, but I'm so glad that you kept. I talked to your aunt when we were before the showcases happened, and I told her that I had won a trip, and I had thought maybe I was just gonna like chuck it because I didn't want to pay the taxes on it, and I'd never flown overseas. But I went ahead and took it, and I was so glad that I did. And I said, if Avery wins any trip at some point, like take the trip, trip. So I'm glad that you're going on to Iceland with her because they really do put together like stuff that you would never ever normally do, and that's extra, like it's a life changer.
The Iceland cabin, I don't know if y'all remember Hotel Stunkenveer. I don't even know how to say it.
At Hotel Stundafrieder.
It's some long word. That cabin looked ridiculously nice. Like the area that I was in, it looks like I don't know. It reminds me of like places that it sounds kind of weird comparison, but look, it reminds me of some like I'm down here from in the south, so it looks like when we go to like just some mountains in Tennessee. It reminds me of the cabins we stay in up there, and it looks super cool. I like that vibe. So it's nice, good looks. It reminds me of where I'm from, but a whole different scenery around it.
100%. That's exactly right.
And the fact that you're going somewhere because of a game show makes it kind of more. It's funny and also interesting.
Yeah.
When you're on that trip, you might meet people when they your conversation. You say, oh, "Yeah, I was on The Price is Right." I mean, that's really cool to be able to say that.
That's kind of cool. Yeah. Like not everybody can say that. Like
no, not met people that go places because of a game show. It's usually work, travel, or a vacation or something.
And here's the cool thing about us talking to you is that whenever you watch a game show, like when I was a kid, I'd watch a game show and you see something happen. That's the end of you hearing about that person pretty much forever. You don't ever get to hear like, well, so how was that trip? Or like,
what's the Terry Ketchum, I guess. That's another story.
You get to kind of, with the luxury of the internet, although we get to kind of talk to you and hear your plans, and it's kind of neat.
And
you definitely got to keep in touch with us and show us some video from your trip in Iceland. I'm curious to know, when you go on The Price is Right, they set a 10-year clock to where you can come back again. In 10 years, in 2035, are you going to try to get on again?
I think honestly, me and Julie will probably be back in 10 years.
All right, I can't wait.
I'm gonna try. I would have to say like after what I did, I'm gonna go try to do it. I'm not gonna say double. Double's not gonna happen again. Most likely. Come on, the odds of that would
you could call the shot. It's like Babe
Ruth. You know what's crazy? I read comments and like. Don't get me wrong, like y'all told me so people are like saying like, oh, he knows it. Like I don't even think it was some other people. It wasn't even y'all. It was other people saying like, oh, he knows something. Like, oh, that no wonder he won that. He knew. Like they're acting like I was like some. He's acting like I was one of y'all.
Embrace
basically.
Embrace it, Avery.
Everything. Yeah. He was like acting.
We will assimilate you.
Hey. And you know what you can do now? Every time you go back to The Price is Right, you spread the 251 gospel.
That's right.
Yeah. You could say you lived it.
Yeah, I lived it. I'm 1 for 1. I mean,
you know what?
I'm 100% with it. I'm 100%.
Right.
Actually, no, I'm 2 for 2 because I technically win $1 over the other lady, so I'm technically 2 for 2. I mean, it just happened to be 251, but it was still 251. So
we just gotta hope the show doesn't see all this and make it now. 551 is the new 251.
Yeah, right. They're gonna have to change it now.
Take a little while to catch up to that, or you might jump it around a whole lot more. Who knows?
Yeah, they're gonna have to.
Yeah, in
they're gonna
10
have to
years,
come up-
I don't know. In 10 years, the trick might be gone.
Yeah, it's
Probably
true.
will, but you know,
Inflation.
Well, I hope
But
that
Julie
you
can
try.
go tomorrow if she wants.
Yeah,
So you
I
got to
hope-
wait 10 years.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
So they're all my little cut. Everybody's excited now. Everybody else wants to go, and I'm like, well, look, if you go, I got high standards. If you don't win a double showcase, don't talk to me. I tell
You can
them
hold it over
I
the
tell them
family for the rest of your life,
you
probably.
don't win a double showcase, just don't talk to me.
Yeah,
I'm joking.
right.
I'm joking. I'm literally
No.
joking with them.
Oh
but
yeah.
A double
literally
showcase
just-
only club sounds really hilarious, though. You should start that.
Sorry, I don't talk to you. You didn't win a double
Single
showcase.
showcase. Get out of my
You know,
face.
I heard that about Wheel of Fortune, that there's a Facebook group for wheel winners, and there's another Facebook group for wheel winners that got the 100,000 card.
Right.
Secret club.
That's funny.
That's awesome.
But
Yeah.
not many people are going to ever beat $81,000 on that show. So you're probably in the top. What would you,
Yeah.
Stephen? Would you say top 20 ever, or is that ambitious?
I think you'd have to take out the MDSs and all that other kind of junk. Some of the special shows, people get really high up, like the 10,000, obviously.
Yeah.
So you have to just think of the normal shows. You definitely be in the top 25.
Yeah. See, of
Oh my
all
God.
time,
That's crazy to
That's
think about.
crazy. That's so crazy. That's a huge.
Like, I'm gonna say this on video. Before we went in, I asked my aunt, "What's the name of the host?"
Yeah, I love it. I love it. I love it.
I didn't even know.
That's great.
Drew Carey. I forgot his name. I literally did.
Look, you're young, and you might not have been around during his height of his sitcom
Yeah.
days. You might not even know he was a sitcom star.
Right.
Yeah, she started laughing, and I was like, "I'm sorry," because
No,
I'm so,
that's fine.
How dare you?
Well, I mean, you're there, and it's a lot of pressure and a lot of activity and stuff. And you might have had his name from before, but then blanked out. You know, we get stupid in front of those things.
Avery, if I may give you just a fun, quick piece of advice when you put together your resume or even on your LinkedIn profile, absolutely put that you were on The Price is Right and you won the double showcase on there. Even though it sounds quirky and has nothing to do with work experience, it's definitely a conversation starter, and it's also a very notable event in your life that's
is true.
worth mentioning. You know.
No, it's funny you said that actually, because I was talking to this guy that is, he might have been AI director or something. I don't even know. He's in some type of director role, and I was talking to him about a year ago, and he was telling me about my LinkedIn. He said he liked it. He liked my bio and everything. He said it looked good and everything, but he was like, and he has stuff about like, you know, just, I'm not gonna say it's weird, but kind of, I mean, just kind of like it showed his personality, kind of like instead of being like I have a bachelor degree and I love cybersecurity and I'm so invested into it, and you know, everybody's page looks like that, so you can have a little bit of that. But he was kind of like, he had some stuff that he just kind of just said some random stuff that just showed personality outside of just like, I have network plus security plus I have this certification. Like it's kind of dry. It looks just like, it doesn't stand out. So just having something else out there looks kind of cool. Conversation starter.
Right. And of all things, being a Price is Right champion is if I were looking through a stack of resumes, that would jump out at me so hard. Not just because of my fandom of the show, but it's just such a weird. No, you'll never see that in your life that somebody is claiming that, and it's just that I'm like, I got to ask this guy about that, and that might start a conversation. You're hired.
Right. No, I agree. I agree.
You don't have to tell anybody where you got that bid from. I mean, you calculated it in your head, and you used probability to figure out the best reasonable bid, and you won everything.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, in my head, I was just like, my thought process. I remember the 5-1. I'm not gonna lie. When I got up there, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. It's kind of ironic. I didn't forget the 2-5-1, but in the moment, it did kind of slip my head. I kind of was like, I was just thinking 5-1. I was like 7-5-1, 6-5-1, 7, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to go over, and I somehow landed back in the 200 range, and I was like 2-5-1 because someone told me.
Miracle! That's so
Yeah, it was so and it all went back to 2-5-1 for the win.
I know from my perspective of like, I'm just going to go to California and meet total strangers that I found online and go to this game and see what happens. It was like a movie. Like, it really felt so wild to watch this whole thing play out the way that it did. And I was thrilled that if anybody was gonna, so I'm from North Carolina, my brother's in Georgia. He's an entertainer for the Savannah Bananas. And so I'm in Georgia like all the time. So when I found like somebody in the audience and like, or in the, you know, contestant pool, it was obvious that you were like a Georgia kid. And I was like, hell yeah, Georgia kid. Like you don't see a lot of people in California. Like they don't, there's not, I mean, it's not often like that I've ever been out there and seen a lot of people from the South. So it was exciting to be like, hey, this is an authentic human being from the South. Let's go. Like represent, let's go. So it was awesome. And so I was very much just wowed by the group too. Like the group that I was with, I just couldn't, it's always amazing for me to watch people who are like skilled and in that way. So it was cool as hell. And I'm so happy for you. And we've been cheering you on for weeks, waiting to see this episode again. And it was so much fun to watch.
Yeah, I appreciate it. It was super fun to watch for sure.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Gotta say hi to Aunt Julie for us.
Because,
no, I will. She's so hype about it. Like she was hype. And you know, she ended up getting priority tickets, whatever, and I was like, "Let's go."
Whoa, Avery, where'd you go? He said, "Let's go." Well, Steven's back. We lost Avery.
We lost Avery, but Steven's back.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. So some IT problems with him too, huh? Oh, here you go.
Somebody called me. I'm on my phone. Somebody called me, and it just my fault.
No.
But I mean, I really didn't know if I was gonna get called down or not. Yeah, everybody kept acting like it, but I was just like, "What are the odds?" Truly, all right, I get.
Oh no, I know. And I remember you asking me when we were sitting in the contestant area, like, how many people get called down? Like 10, 5, 30, and when we told you, you were like, "Oh, then there's no chance. Like, there's only a few people get called down. There's no chance." And I was like, "Buddy, it's going on.
You got
right."
So just get ready.
If you watch, have you ever watched any of the older episodes, like the Bob Barker era? So you ever seen your aunt showed you any of them?
Not really.
Yeah,
like when you were homesick from school when you were like 5. Did you ever like?
Drew Carey was probably already the host.
Probably. What I was gonna say was that when they, or even you know, during the Drew era, only 5 years ago when they were at the other studio, or 3. If you ever watch episodes from the old studio, it is like it's like a huge theater, you know, of like 300 seats.
Yeah.
And I mean, it really does look like a large crowd of people where the odds of getting picked there, you know, was obviously way greater. I think here it was 175 is the max at Haven.
Yeah.
So probability is, you know, cut by 33%. But anyway, so yeah, it was a lot harder to get on back in the day because there were like just tons more people.
Right.
And now, of course, you know, so you have 175 seats, but then you also have people like Grace and other, you know, I mean, with us in our group, there was at least, I think, 3 other people that were ineligible because they've already been on the show recently.
Right.
They're just there for fun. So they take up a seat and therefore, you know, increases your chances.
Yeah, we have joked about trying to find like 174 ineligible people and then one, or like, you know, or 165 ineligible people just to like pack in and then just pick the like 10 people we want to get picked. Because they're the only eligible
group of
people
friends playing the show.
Funny. That's so funny. That's insane.
There's been old episodes from the 70s where it'll be like a person and then their neighbor, or a person and their babysitter, or something like that. And it's weird to see these 2 friends make it into the showcases.
Yeah, that would be insane.
I hope you'll consider like trying out for other game shows in the future, because it is a lot of fun. And the Let's Make a Deal tapes pretty close. It tapes in the same studio now as The Price is Right. Different time, but
I think I can do Let's Make a Deal after a year or 2, right?
Correct, after 1 year. So I went on Let's Make a Deal 1 year, like a year and a week or something after I went on The Price is Right, and won on that too. So Avery, your job is to now catch up to me. So you have like you got some work to do. But I'm still running. Actually, when I was at the taping of your taping, I got a call from the producers of Password and went through a whole thing for like weeks of trying to get, and it didn't work out. And I was crushed. So I've not yet done my 3rd, but.
It's also so fun. It's also so funny to me to think about, like, you know, how they pick people for a specific reason sometimes too. Not only because where I was from, but you know, his first question is, what do you do for work? And he knows what I do for work. I mean, I'm pretty sure he already knew. I mean, obviously, and he his answer is, "Oh, my password." I'm sure he had that in his head already. Like somebody was in his ear. He already knew Avery Robinson. He already knew what Avery did for work. Like maybe I'm wrong, but I would definitely say behind the scenes that or in his ear somebody's telling him who I am. Like I don't know.
Well, I assumed I assumed that like everyone who's working there, they're all talking to each other through like who knows headsets. Headsets and texts and whatnot, and they're all deciding over time. They're watching you in the contestant holding area. They're watching you like when they ask you the questions in the producer room. They're watching you afterwards to see how you react, and they do. I think they do a good job though of like picking up good vibes and rewarding it. And I think of all the game shows, Price is Right feels the most authentic to me. Like the contestants are the most like real, regular people. And that's what makes it super fun to watch.
Right.
Huh?
A cross section of America, pretty much.
Yeah, which makes it super fun.
We should mark our calendar for July 2035 so we can go with Avery and escort him on his return to The Price is Right as an eligible contestant. We can all be there.
And y'all can all make them be like, Avery, hype me up. Like, y'all act hype. Y'all can hype me up. We'll all go into an interview room and we'll just hype up Avery, get him up there again.
Yeah, we'll do it again.
Of course, Grace, not being a double showcase winner, tells Avery that he has to catch up with her. You guys could go head.
That's a good point. That's a really good point.
Go head to head, yeah.
Avery has to catch up to me on the number of shows, but I have to catch up to him in the number of winnings. Like how many people have won? I think my winnings are like 35,000 or something. So I'm like way behind Avery. Although he didn't accept all his prizes, so I don't know if we can technically say that 81,000.
Okay. I knew that was coming. I knew that was coming.
Oh my god!
We can knock it down a bit. No, I love for Julie too. Like you said, she's a huge fan of the show, and obviously she's gotten to watch you like grow up, and y'all are going to have an absolute blast. And that's like her. It's like she kind of won too. Like she's still eligible. She's still eligible. She can go and watch these shows, and hopefully she'll be the next one called on down.
Oh, I think they're gonna, like I don't know when, but I think Julie and them are gonna try the next couple months potentially. So.
Really? She going
so
back
maybe
out?
Maybe I don't know.
That's a 6-hour flight, right?
I think something like that, 4.5, 5. I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Still.
It's probably less.
Yeah.
Are you in close proximity to Atlanta, or do you?
I'm about an hour and 20.
Do you fly out of Atlanta when you go?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yes. Huh. Yeah, but Julie, they've been my mom. I got all of them hyped now. They all think they can go win it now. They're all.
They can. I hope that they do. I don't know why more people don't.
I'll tell you this. If my dad will be the best contestant. When I tell you this, man, my dad can dance. Like I'm not even joking. My dad can dance. My dad, when he gets called down, that place will go nuts.
Yeah, I saw it on the Instagram. There it is.
Oh, okay.
He was like dancing and jumping and running. He will totally get picked. He's got the right energy.
They love that.
Apple did not fall far from a tree. Look at that.
He looks like he's ready to go.
He's like karate.
That is quintessential Price is Right energy.
Yes. No. And like
question.
when I say my dad got picked for the Kelly and Ryan show, we went there and there's a whole group. You have to and I'm not even joking. Like it's not like that cool, but by no means. But before the show they had like a dance off, and there's like a whole group that have 30 people that were with this one person and were rooting this one person on, and we thought he wasn't gonna win. But even with that whole group doing it, my dad got even with the 30 people rooting on this one person, we thought, he's gonna just get it because the people. No, they picked my dad, and my dad can literally dance. Like he would break out. Like in the waiting room, he would be in the front, just getting like. I mean, it's groovy.
This was in New York. Y'all were in New York.
What you say?
This was in New York, I guess, right?
Yes, this was at a Kelly and Ryan show. And this was in like 2015, I think.
Oh,
no. That was like 2017, probably.
Okay.
Yeah. You have a really supportive and exciting, like energetic family, and so you should also consider, especially Family Feud. I don't know if you know, but it tapes in Atlanta. So y'all should
Does it
Does it
consider.
still take there? I thought it may have moved back to
It
LA.
moved to
but
LA for a
okay.
while, but now it's back in Atlanta. So
Okay, sweet.
I think that your family would be perfect for Family Feud for sure. Like the energy is high, the encouragement. It's good. You should look into it. And,
Yes.
submit.
Several game shows in Atlanta now, so you're kind of in
Mhm.
the epicenter of the second game show coast almost.
That's
Yeah.
right.
True.
How fun.
True.
Not to try to
Yep.
enable you into the world of the cabal of game shows, but I mean,
It
you
gets
know,
addictive.
recruiting. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
But anyway, well,
All right.
it's been
We can
great
wrap.
to talk
Yeah.
to you.
Yeah, it's been real. It's been real.
Yeah.
Congratulations again.
Thank y'all so much.
On upcoming episodes of Game Show FOrEnSiCS, game show hacking with high-level memorization techniques are explained.
How would I tie a telescope to 12? Well, 12 is eggs. It has to be weird. You're shooting eggs out of a fucking telescope like it's a rifle. That's just absurd.
But will things come to a screeching halt when it's revealed that the pupil has a neurological inability to visualize images? Will her aphantasia get in the way of the lesson?
Things in my
No,
life. It's called
I never do.
aphantasia, and then you go, all you need to do is just picture something. It sounds like the equivalent of this would be like if I had no arms and you just kept being like, this is
All you
very
have to do
simple.
is just-
All you have to do is just put your fingers up like this. And then
Right.
when I say 4, just put 4 fingers up. And I'm like, I don't have arms. And you're like,
Real-life wacko, famous for birthing the love child of a candidate for President of the United States of America, is given a word befitting to her personality, causing much hilarity.
get it? Is she gonna get it?
Wacko.
And voiceover extraordinaire and game show announcer royalty, Rich Fields gives hot takes on Game Show FOrEnSiCS.